Hello everyone and welcome to my first impressions review for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So what is it? It's an open world run, jump and slide simulator set in the City of Glass. It's a parkour game with no weapons and a lot of run, jump and slide. The gameplay feels fresh. There's lots of unique locations, although after a while the city does start to look very samey. Missions open up as you go along, and basically it's an open world game with you theoretically being able to go anywhere you want within the city. Now, I've only played a couple of hours of the game, but it already is seeming very repetitive. There's not really much going on, and I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that there's no weapons in the game. It's, as I've said before, it's run, jump, and slide. That is pretty much, and pressing the Alt key. I'm playing it on PC. Pressing the Alt key to see where your next path is. The gameplay is very hand-holding, tells you when to jump, where to jump, what to jump on, what to jump over, what to slide under, and to a certain extent that can take away the enjoyment of the gameplay. But without that, I think the way they've done it, it would make it very difficult to know what to do. So it's sort of six of one, half a dozen of the other. You need the hand holding to guide your way through the city. Maybe in later game, in later hours, I don't know, 10, 15 hours into it, you'll get to know what to do. But by then, well, I don't know if it would be repetitive and the enjoyment would still be there. But overall, I mean, gameplay-wise, it plays really well on the keyboard. It's intuitive because of the hand-holding system, and yeah, it's an interesting game to play. It feels very fresh. The missions are good. There's a few time trial missions in there, which can all match up to your multiplayer elements. So there's no multiplayer element, but you can see what your friends have done in terms of timings and stuff. But yeah, it's a good, fresh little game. Graphics, well, it's a difficult one. It's a good looking game. The level design, the way they've sort of immersed you into the city, they've done an excellent job. You'd look down corridors and you can see movement going on. You can see the way the world is living. But I find that the texture quality, I'm playing it on my PC, which is a high-end PC. I'm playing it in 4K, but the texture quality is very, very low, and it looks like a console game. Nothing wrong with consoles at all, but when I play it on my PC, I should be able to squeeze just a little bit more out of it, apart from just resolution. I think maybe it would look good on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but on the PC it's held back a little bit. Some of the animation looks really, really dodgy. Some of the facial expressions look almost Xbox 360 if I'm being really brutal. But the actual running along and the immersive feel of being in the city is fantastic. The running and the jumping, the immersion's taken away a little bit with the hand-holding red pointer of where to go next. But once you get over that and look past that, the city it can look breathtaking at times. Other times it can look a little bit old-fashioned and sort of up against itself. But generally, yeah, it's a good-looking game with some really nice graphical elements using the Frostbite engine. Yeah, I think they've done a good job. So what's the verdict then? Now I've only played this game for about 4 or 5 hours now, so I'm not going to critique the campaign too much because I haven't gone into it that much. What I am doing is giving a first impressions review. So the verdict of a sort of few hours playing with it is it does feel fresh. At times it feels really fresh to play. I'd have liked to have seen a much more destructible scenery, which then you could pick up and use as weapons. I just don't know why that isn't in the game. Yeah, I know they want to be different by basically a no weapon game, although the enemy have got weapons. All you've got to do is kick them, or slide underneath them, or kick them to the side, and suddenly you've won. I would have much rather have seen the destructive scenery, pick up scaffolding poles and drain pipes and metal sheets which are all littered about. It would have been so much better. A co-op free run mode would have been fantastic to hook up with a friend and just go and roam the city together. I mean, why that isn't in there, I don't know. And the world itself, although I've already gone through the graphics, the world itself already it looks fantastic, very neon and very modern. It looks very clean. I would have liked to have seen a more of a decayed futurescape, with just a lot more of a rundown thing. Everything seems very clean, which is more of a personal opinion than a critique. But yeah, I mean it's a good game. Would I buy it? I don't think I'm going to buy it, to be honest with you. I play it on EA Access and you get 6 hours free. Fantastic. I've enjoyed playing it under them conditions. For the console, I'd probably do it as a weekend rental. Rent it, play it, take it back. So there you go. There's my very brief first impressions review for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Don't forget to subscribe. We do lots of reviews, and we do a weekly game show. Lots of fun gameplay on the channel. Leave me a comment. Get involved in the conversation. Let me know what you think. Have you got it early, or are you going to get it when it's released? Let me know below in the comments. But for now and this video, that's all we've got time for, and I'll see you in the next one.